Hey everybody, how's it going? Dan here, and yeah, man, let's get started. There's some news regarding cryptocurrency in Mexico, and there's a new exchange that I had never heard of until yesterday. Probably because I haven't been paying attention too much to crypto or Bitcoin in general. So yeah, there's a new exchange we have here. I already registered because I like to have choice, and I'm already registered with like the other two exchanges that we have, Bitso and Bolavit. And we used to have a third one back in the day, and suddenly, like in 2016, like that thing just disappeared. The other one was called the Me XBT. uh so it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. They said that they were doing maintenance, and then they just never came back. Some people say that they do got their money back, their Bitcoin back, and whatnot, because they didn't only sell Bitcoin; they would sell also precious metals by the gram. So yeah, we're back to three exchanges. This one has a trading platform as well. Um, Bitso has a trading platform, but I think it's only between MXN and Bitcoin. I think this one is a little more like Polonia XD type trading platform where you could trade Btrash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum and Ripple. So I already have an account there, but they're getting more strict with what you need to do to register and to be able to use their exchange. They need to KYC you up the booty because they just want to make sure that you're not using funds for for money laundering or doing illicit activities. So they gotta ask you some questions um regarding your identity, and they ask you whether you own your house, you rent your house, and where the source of the funds is, or what the source of the funds is. So you know you can just put savings, and they whatever, work. You can just ask, you can just put whatever, like if you get a loan from a bank, you need to put that as well. But of course, a bank's probably not gonna lend you money to trade crypto, right? Or Bitcoin or whatever. So eh, I have registered. I put my source as, I didn't put income. I just put savings. I don't need to be giving everybody, like, in the bank, my income records, right? So or the exchange rather, not the bank. I don't need to be giving them my income records. Fuck it. I just put savings, because like most people, I do have savings. And um I own my house, and you know I put that. And they also asked me, well, how they ask you to submit some documents. Well, they did that. So they're in review at the moment, but we'll see, right? Now there's an article from Forbes Mexico, right? They had an article about cryptocurrency and what is it. That's the name of it. Cryptocurrency, what the hell is it? So um they kind of did, you know, get it right, but the same exchange that or one of the founders and CEO of the same exchange that I registered for here in Mexico yesterday is saying that by by the end of this year, there's going to be a crypto boom here in Mexico. I hope he's right. You know, he's got some pretty cool and pretty good arguments. Um, like right now, uh, the Mexican fintech law is coming into effect. So because of that, some exchanges like Bolavit that would allow you to um, deposit funds to buy cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or Litecoin, Ethereum or whatever. Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency, but we all know that, right? So they just assume that it's a cryptocurrency, but it's not. It's more like an asset. It's gas. It's flatulence, if you will. Um, so in order for you to send Ethereum, you need to pass some gas. Um, so they're saying that by the end of the year, the Mexican fintech law will be like a little bit more into effect, and it may be used, or Bitcoin may be accepted as a form of payment, um, like a legal form of payment, like a credit card. I mean, right now it's not illegal, but they say that it's going to be used like um form a method of payment, like credit cards and whatnot. And then he did go into explaining that yes, it's at a low right now, quote unquote low, but by the end of last year, he says that it went up to like 20K, and yeah, I mean, he goes on to say that it's a great time to invest, right? He says curiously, people have a tendency to uh, buy cryptocurrency when the prices are quite high, and I think that goes for everything. When everybody's like, when everything is high in price, everybody wants it, and then when there's a correction in the market, everybody forgets about it. Oh, it's dead, right? That's what they say. So yeah, um, it says here that there's a possibility that due to the fintech law, cryptocurrencies in general, not just Bitcoin, will be accepted as a method of payment. I really hope that they are. Um, I really hope that they are. You know, I'm not gonna spend my Bitcoin paying my bills, but sometimes I do get some poopy coins that I would like to spend. You know, either I dump it for more Bitcoin, or I dump some of them for some Bitcoin, or I get the other one for paying my bills, like the case was with um Bitcore. It was like steady income for like what, like over 6 months. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Um, that was close to like a year. I didn't split mine for a while, and then I didn't. Um, yeah. I mean, probably missed out on some income every Monday, because every Monday was uh my payment day, but I still managed to get a large amount of Bitcoin, and I dumped some of it, and I used some of it for paying some stuff. I made investments with it. I didn't sell my Bitcoin for poopy coins, but I did, sell a little bit of my Bitcoin and bought some smart cash, and that was by sometime at the end of the year, like around December, November, December, somewhere around there. Um, and I remember I bought it in December, like December the 4th, the 5th, somewhere around there. And a month later, it was like $3 each, and I had a lot of that. So you can imagine. So I yeah, you can imagine. Um, so due to that fintech law, before you could go to like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven or whatever you call it in your area. Um, say I want to buy, I want to make a deposit to this account. They will give you a specific bank account just for you, and you just like wrote it down. You told the teller or the cashier at the convenience store that you wanted to make a deposit to that account number. She will take your money, charge you like a small commission, like maybe like 10 pesos, which right now it's like around 50 cents maybe. And um, about an hour or so later, you'll get your Bitcoin. I mean, you get your fiat in your trading account, and then you just go ahead and buy the Bitcoin or the Litecoin or whatever you want to buy. At the time, it was just Bitcoin and Litecoin, and then Ethereum came along, and then Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and from what I understand, it's now Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Btrash, Ripple, and Tether. Why Tether? I am not sure, but they have it, and you could buy it now. That's just weird. I'll just buy Bitcoin and let it go up. But anyways, moving on. I was watching Adam Meister yesterday, and he did mention me, so thank you, Adam, for the mention. Um, that was this one guy apparently. Uh, when was it? On Monday? Not Monday, Tuesday. Was it? It was right after the holiday that he had, the Rosh Hashanah. I don't know. I'm not Jewish, so I think it was somewhere around like right now. Let's see. It's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Tuesday. It wasn't a Monday. Tuesday. There was this one guy. He says that claims, and I saw that the guy claims that Trezor stole his Bitcoin. So there's no way that Trezor can steal somebody's Bitcoin. Uh, Maybe the guy made a mistake, right? I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying maybe he made a mistake. He probably didn't remember his seed words, created a new um, seed, and used that instead. And he probably forgot about the old seed. That's one theory of mine, and a theory of one of my associates. Because so that's one. Also, um, something similar happened to a guy from Germany last year. Um, Adam contacted me, told me, here's this guy's email. I gave it to him. I gave him your email. He emailed me. The guy emailed me. I feel bad for the guy still. Poor guy. He had 0.96 Bitcoin. That was a lot of money. $12,000 or so on Christmas Eve. And he says he didn't know where it was. So like I told him, um, he was very grateful. Oh, thank you for taking my the time to help me. On your holiday. Like it was Christmas. Like I really had nothing to do. So I helped the guy out. I didn't charge him. Like I wouldn't charge anybody that doesn't have any money to pay. Um, I'm not a total uh piece of male genitalia, but like like if the guy just lost his Bitcoin, his only Bitcoin, and yeah, I'm not gonna charge him. I'm not that, but whatever. I tried helping the guy out. I was like, hey man, I normally don't do this, but can you like send me your seed? I'll check it out, and if I hopefully I find something and I'll send it to you. He's like, well, what the hell? You're already trying to help me on Christmas. You know, um, he sent it to me. I checked only one address because he told me he only put it on one address. I checked one address. Well, actually, I checked two. I checked the Segwit and I checked the Legacy. Unfortunately, there was nothing there. So what happened is that this guy and a friend, he was talking about a friend. He um he got the Trezor. He sent the Bitcoin, and then he tried to do a recovery of the wallet, but he didn't remember. He didn't use the seed that he wrote down, the first seed. He created a second seed. He threw away the first seed, thinking that the Bitcoin was in the device and not in the seed. Oh my god. So he threw it away. I asked him if there was any way that he could possibly get me that other seed, and I'll recover that and I'll send it to the new seed. And I was gonna be like, dude, don't do it again. You know, he's like, no, dude. I mean, I threw it away over a week ago, and the garbage bin, it's been already like emptied since last week. And I know that in Germany you don't have to, or you don't want to throw away so many garbage, mm, because you'd have to call the garbage company and they will charge you to go pick it up. They have a specific date where they go and they pick it up, but it's a paid service. So and if you throw like extra garbage, they'll charge you an extra fee. So yeah, I mean, poor guy. So I'm thinking that this is something like what happened to this guy. um Adam emailed me. He told me try and help him out. And it's like, I know you're a good guy. I'm sending you his seed and check it out and see if you can help him. But leave him a comment in the chat. Tell him that you do consulting. Tell him that to contact you, and you guys will sit down. That you do a paid consultation, right? And you guys will sit down, talk about what possibly could have happened, and try and figure this thing out. So I contacted the guy. Like, he hasn't replied, but I did leave him a message. I was like, hey dude, I do consulting. Just like contact me. We'll figure things out. Like he probably thinks I charge, but if he doesn't have the Bitcoin, I can charge him. I really don't care, right? So I was hoping that Adam did send me the seed. I was hoping that I could check the seed out and the Bitcoin were there, and then I'll just tell Adam, you know what, Adam, do you have this guy's email or something? He doesn't reply. Um, Tell him that I got his Bitcoin and I want to send it to him, like just to send me a Bitcoin address where I could send it to him. So Adam sent me the seed. I checked it out on the legacy address, and I checked it out on the Segwit address, and there is nothing there at all. Like there's no transaction history. So my theory and my associate's theory, because I gave him a call, he knows, and I gave him a call, and we just came up with the solution or the conclusion, rather than that the guy thinks that the Bitcoin were in the device itself and not on the seed, created a new seed, forgot about the old one where the Bitcoin is, and you know, unfortunately, something happened to the old seed, right? Or then he wrote the seed words differently, but they do check. They do check against what the tool that I use. Okay, uh, checks to see if the seed words weren't misspelled or if the seed words weren't moved. So if the seed words were moved, something like it will tell me, right? The way he wrote it down and the way he gave them to me, if they were moved, they wouldn't match. So if he wrote them correctly, they wouldn't say anything. Maybe he would misspell them. I might check for the spelling. Because there are some words that sound alike, and maybe, just maybe, something you know could have been messed up. Like there was this one guy that we helped. He spelled rhythm wrong, and he didn't remember the words, so he had to tell us there was a word with an R, or there was a word with a C, or something like that. It was at the beginning of the year. He had like $50 worth of Bitcoin, and what do you know? We found out that he misspelled rhythm, and we got him his Bitcoin back. Simple like that, right? But the tool that I use checks to see if something was messed up or something was mixed up, and like it doesn't lie. It's not like Trezor is gonna steal your Bitcoin. The seed words are generated in the device, so there's no way for the actual people working at Trezor to know your seed. The same thing goes for Ledger. They don't know. Last year in 2017, at the beginning, like I think it was like February, there was a YouTuber that turned out to be a damn scammer. Everybody knows him. His name is Trayvon James. So Trayvon James came up with like one day in February, between February and March, it was about to be spring, saying that Ledger stole his 3 Bitcoin, and he demanded Ledger send them 3 Bitcoin, and Ledger said, "You know what? We're not gonna send you shit because they didn't have a reason to send them anything. Like if you Ledger, for those people that don't know Ledger, the Nano S doesn't show your seed words on the computer screen. It shows them in a little screen that it has. It has a little OLED screen, and that's where you write them down. That's where you see them. You write them down with the number. So you put 1, 2, 3, and then you know those are your seed words. So in order for you to continue with that, maybe that happens on the Trezor as well. But the ledger, in order for you to continue creating the wallet, you have to prove to them that you wrote down the seed. So how are you gonna do that? Well, they're telling you write it down, and once you wrote them down, you move on to the next word. It's simple, right? So um, there's no way. He says that he didn't write down the seed words. That is bullshit. There's no way that he would have been able to continue without writing down the seed words, because like I say, they ask you they to prove that you wrote them down. So there's no way that would have happened. And then he says, according to Trayvon, that he was using his ledger, and once you stop using your ledger for a certain amount of time, that it's idle, it like the screen locks up for security reasons, like any other browser on the website, right? Like if you don't use the website for, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's gonna close up, and then you know you have to log in again. So he says that it's closed up, and he didn't remember the PIN number. How the hell are you not going to remember your PIN number? Oh my god. So that guy, there's a theory that I have about what happened to Trayvon. One of them, it's very interesting to me that that happened around tax season in the US. So maybe he didn't want to pay his taxes, and he said, "Oh, I can't." You know, you gotta report capital gains. If you don't, okay, but I'm pretty sure government's gonna pay you a visit, right? So he he probably fabricated that story because he don't want to pay his capital gain taxes. Ooh, convenient, right? Oh, it says, "Oh, I got hacked. I don't have to pay anything." And then there was a guy, also a YouTuber. He used to be a okay guy, and then he started being pro Ethereum and anti Bitcoin. He was supporting Bitcoin Unlimited and all these bullshit projects that Roger Ver, shitcoin Jesus, likes to support. So this guy, what an idiot. He said, "Oh, I set up a donation uh, address, a Bitcoin address in the description. It's right there. That's going to go to Trayvon because poor guy, he lost all his 3 Bitcoin." Dude, dude, you're an accessory to scamming people. There's no fucking way that that could have happened. So no, Ledger doesn't steal your Bitcoin. No, Trezor doesn't steal your Bitcoin. And no, your Bitcoin are not stored in the device. They're stored in the words itself. It's a password. So, um, or a passphrase, whatever you want to call it. So in conclusion, I think this guy created an empty wallet. I don't see why, because it's not tax season. So he created an empty wallet, and he probably forgot about the real one, right? The real seed words that contain his Bitcoin. I don't know how many Bitcoin he had, and I didn't specify. But hey, if the Bitcoin were there, I would have seen a transaction history, and I didn't see it. I didn't see any Bitcoin coming in. I didn't see any inputs, and I didn't see any outputs. Now, I had a friend from YouTube, right? He had a decent amount of Bitcoin on a Electrum wallet on his computer. on his online computer. So he would use his computer for searching the internet. That is a dumb idea right there. You don't do that, especially not with the amount of Bitcoin this guy had. So this guy, I thought he knew a little bit better than what he actually knew. Um, Decided to see how many Bitcoin gold he was gonna be getting. Um, there's no reason, bro. Like seriously, like if you know how many Bitcoin you have, and you know that the damn fork or the airdrop or whatever the hell it is going to be 1 to 1, then how the hell do you like? Why do you need to know how many you got? Why? It's obvious. Like if you know how many Bitcoin you have, that's how many Bitcoin gold you're gonna be getting. If it's 1 to 1, right? If you know how many B trash you got the last time, you know how many Bitcoin gold you're gonna be getting. So he got the Bitcoin gold. He was trying to check how many he was gonna be getting. He claims he asked his girlfriend or his wife or whatever it is. I'm not sure that he was gonna to check for him. Why? That's like giving that's like telling a little kid to walk down the street with like $3,000 in a bad fucking neighborhood. You don't do that. So he told his girl, I don't know if he was a wife or I mean, I, I don't know. So I'm not gonna get into the details to to check for him. So she uh inserted the seed words in a very shady website, which was supposedly the Bitcoin Gold balance checker website thing. And his Bitcoin went bye bye. He he or she, I don't know if it was him or her, inserted the damn seed words into a harvester. You just put a website that looks legitimate. You put your seed words. You ask people to put the seed words and specify what type of wallet it was. If, was it a Segwit wallet? Was it a BIP 44 wallet? Was it a BIP 39 wallet? What? What was it? And people don't know any better. They'll specify which one it was and where they could find it. So once they click submit, the harvester secretly puts or posts your inputs into a MySQL database, or could be Postgre, or it could be something, right? And all they gotta do is like download the records for the fucking database and it just you know take your Bitcoin. That's all they gotta do. But they gotta wait until more people like put their Bitcoin, and they'll just check how many Bitcoin they got, and they don't move anything until they say, okay, it's time. Let's go bye bye now, right? So no, don't like Adam said yesterday. Don't put your seed words on any website. Don't give your seed words to anybody. Don't show your seed words to your girlfriend or your wife. And I don't know, but that's what I think happened with this guy. I'm still curious. I want to know what exactly happened because there are no inputs or outputs. Even when they steal your Bitcoin like that, um, even when they steal your Bitcoin like that, they and you put it into a wallet, you would see the inputs and outputs. The blockchain doesn't lie. The blockchain doesn't lie. So I don't know. Just take a little better care of your Bitcoin then. You know, I don't know what else to tell you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Follow my Twitter. I think it should be down there in the description. Leave a tip if you can, or if you find the information useful. And for consulting services, just learn bitcoin.com, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. I'm out.